Hello, my friends.
Hello.
Rather than thinking of us as non-physical, just think of us as your friends. All we are doing is inhabiting Paul's body at this moment in time to assist in using his vocal cords to express the teachings that we wish to convey. Very much in the same way that your spirit inhabits your body, and it's about finding that connection, that true connection between the physical and the non-physical element of yourselves, and in finding that balance that works for you, and remembering that you're all individuals, so what is right for you might not be correct for somebody else. But it's finding about your own vibration, it's finding about the elements of understanding that really resonate with yourself in everything that you do. So often you will find that people will say, well, just get in touch with your spirit, and yes, that is true. But you also have to remember that there's two parts of you. As we have said, it's the non-physical and the physical. So you can't ignore one element of it. It's about bringing the two together. And in bringing those two together is when the true magic happens. That's when the unfoldment of all your dreams and desires start to manifest within your lives, because you're bringing about that connection and that energy and that love and that understanding and that expansion from your true self, your spirit self, into your physical existence, that then begins to unfold everything for you. And sure, there will be wobbles that take place along the line, but rather than seeing those wobbles as something to panic about, embrace it, for it's all about light and shadow. It's all about the contrast, and it's understanding that that contrast is there to help guide you forward in your lives. It's there for a reason. It's not there to test you. It's just there to help you experience what the physical can bring to the non-physical element. Because as non-physical, you are pure love. You are understanding. So you do not have these elements of rage, of hatred, or any of those negative aspects. It's through the physical existence that those manifest themselves. And it's allowing yourself to use your everyday experiences to create a stronger connection to your non-physical, to the love aspect of yourself, and allowing that to come through and to say, yes, these are the experiences that are going through my life at the moment. But it isn't a hurdle, it isn't an obstacle. It's actually almost like a teaching for you to progress to the next stage. It's allowing yourself to use those everyday lessons to unfold into a deeper understanding of what it is that you so desire, what it is that you wish to do, where it is that you wish to go with your life. We often talk about pathways and having an end goal, and that's absolutely a wonderful aim to have. But don't become fixated on the end goal. It's all about living your life in the present moment, and that present moment is where you create your future. So if you're creating your future in this present moment, and you're starting off with a negative thought and negative energy, then everything else that unfolds from that will also be of that bias. Whereas if you choose to allow yourself to come from a point of balance and of love and of positivity, then you find that that will unfold itself into everything else that you do. I'm sure you've all heard of the law of attraction, and it is so very true. Because as you think, that is what you draw to you. As you behave, that is what you draw to you. And it's all well and good saying, well, I believe this, but if it isn't really a strong part of yourself, then the default is back to some of those negative thoughts that are in the background of your mind. So be very much aware of what you're thinking, of how you're behaving, of how you're, rather than reacting to situations, consider responding. And sometimes not responding immediately, but giving yourself time to think. And we're not saying do not display anger or feelings of hurt or anything like that, but don't dwell in those areas, because it is those negative energies and emotions that will drain you and that will hold you captive to those events that have already taken place. And those events that have taken place, you refer to, they're the past. And it's called the past because that's where it should be, in the past. And we've already said that your future is created in this present moment. So if you're anchored to the past experiences, past emotions, past connections, then you're not allowing yourself to move forward with the openness to all the beauty that's out there. And believe us when we say there is beauty in everything. Even when you may be experiencing the hardest situations, there's always beauty of something to be found, just to help lift you, just to help lift your energy, just to help fill your heart with that renewed love and openness and acceptance of your true wonder. Because you are all wonderful, magnificent, unique human beings. So honor that, respect that part of yourself. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. It might be that you turn around and say, do you know what, I like that individual as a role model, and I'd like to some of their philosophies and how they live their life. And you may incorporate some aspects of that within your own life, within your own living, within your own way of thinking. But realize that you're your own unique individual. You have your own true inner strength. That is just, if you could see yourselves in the same way that we see you, and if you felt the true power and energy of your spirit that brings that into your physical existence, you would also be in awe of us. As you look at the open sky at night with all the stars and planets, and you may look at all the beautiful flowers and the great places of interest around the world with a great awe, also look at yourselves. People talk about the wonders of the world, the old 7 wonders of the world and the new wonders of the world. Well, every single one of you is a wonder of the world. You are magnificent. You are an expansive beauty. And that expansive beauty is ever growing because your spirit is infinite. And if you accept that aspect and accept that openness and leave the past experiences in the past, learn from them, grow from them, but don't allow them to anchor you into where you used to be. Where you used to be was fine in that moment, but where you are now is what's important, and how you're going to allow yourself to unfold your life in a much more abundant manner. And a lot of the times we say it is about connecting to that spirit that then allows that to manifest into the physical. And we say to do that through meditation. Meditation is a wonderful thing to do, but it does take practice, although it is quite easy to get into. But also maybe finding something else that you can resonate with. Maybe going for a walk in nature. Maybe just working in your garden. Something where you can lose yourself. Because in effect that is what meditation does. You're losing yourself and you're removing yourself away from thinking about all the everyday mundane things of your life, any negative experiences that have taken place, and you're connecting to a more peaceful element of yourself. So find that thing that works for you. And maybe it'd be a combination of meditation, walking in wildlife, being with animals, being in your garden, doing a puzzle. Because whilst you're doing that, that is what you're focusing on. And in those moments, the energy and the love from your spirit will play a much bigger part into your physical existence. And it creates that energy that becomes more liberating, and therefore creates a more positive and a more expansive and a more abundant future for yourselves. So be who you are. Realize that you are a duality of both physical and non-physical. And take care of both parts of that. Take care of what it is that you so desire. If you have dreams, if you have visions of what you wish to achieve, what you wish to do, what you love doing, then allow yourself to follow those. Because if you stifle these things, you're really stifling your own life. You're stifling the energies. You're stifling the calling of your spirit. And really what you're saying is that you're not worthy of doing what it is that you so desire to do. When the reality is, the truth is, that you are the opposite to that. You're all worthy. You're all worthy of greatness, and showing that greatness that is your true state of existence. And you may well find that the more and more that you allow that loving, positive spirit energy to play a part in your physical life, that people will notice the difference in yourself. People will notice how you radiate more. People will realize that there's something different about you. They may well ask you, what is it you're doing? What's your secret? And you can just say, I'm being me. I'm allowing myself to be me. I'm allowing myself to live my life how I choose to live it. I'm allowing myself to experience the joys in life, the joyous things that I love to do. So even when everybody else is in a position of maybe panic or sadness, we're not saying that you are not connected to them in an understanding way, but you are not allowing yourself to dwell in that same place. And in doing that for yourselves and allowing yourselves to continue to shine in every aspect of what you do, you're giving others permission to do likewise. You're becoming the beacons of life. You're becoming the beacons that help guide other people forward. But the beginning is always with yourself, always allowing yourself to be who you want to be. And that also means that you need to accept yourself as you are, without criticism, without questioning in a negative way, but rather, yes, acknowledging maybe some changes that you need to make, but you make that acknowledgement in a loving manner, without a harshness, and as we say, without that criticism that then draws you back and holds you back from moving forward.